to be in the win column again with the Baltimore Ravens. This is your couch rider Raven saying, hey, you know how when we lose, right? I'm gonna say something, y'all gonna be like, man, he tripping. We just got the W. I get it, right? It's a beautiful thing. I love it. But you remember when we lose a game, right? And we come out there and we say these words, we beat ourselves. Minnesota beat themselves. Y'all probably like, what is he talking about? Did you see all the fumbles? 11 penalties. 11 penalties. 7 of them were false starts. This is a team that could not get right even if they wanted to. But we got the dub. We are benefactors. The bank has erred in our favor. It is magnificent to get the W. And I get to go tease my friend after this. I love him. But I'm about to blow his chat all the way up. It's about to go down. But y'all have to look at things that we could have did better. Because we could have moved the ball better. No doubt about it. I feel like we got down there and things did not get done the way that they needed to get done. But we got it done. A win is a win. A win is a win. I tell you, a win is a win. Wilbert, the Jets beat y'all after they just had a fire sale. They had a fire sale. This wasn't just a regular sale. This was everything except Breece Hall must go type sale. And y'all lost to the Jets. Jets. They did the thing. What's going on with it? I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry. I know. It's just, I just had to point out the facts. Yeah, they gave up their top corner. They gave up their top corner, bro. Sauce is with the Colts. Breece couldn't get out. He couldn't get on a plane in time, and so they said, we're not sending you. They give it their top defensive tackle. They got over 3 first-round picks for all the stuff that they gave up. Tech Tune, what's going on, man? Do me a favor, hit the subscribe button. Smack the bell. Anyway, so the Ravens, we took it. We did our thing. Things that I liked about it is they stuck with Derrick Henry, although things weren't working. I can appreciate that. And then eventually he started to heat up a bit. You could see things get a little bit better as the game went on for Derrick. But they stuck to it. And they didn't allow Lamar to get completely rushed like crazy because they didn't get one-dimensional. And then, of course, Lamar does Lamar-like things. But it was great to see them, do what they could against this defense that has had our number, because Flores is a defensive guru when it comes to stopping Lamar. So what we did was adapt. We adapted to that defense that what we faced in Miami a couple of years ago that completely took the Ravens down. Yo, Dree. Hey, do me a favor, hit the subscribe button, man. What's happening? Thank you. Welcome to the flock. This is where it goes down for the Baltimore Ravens, my guy. For the Baltimore Ravens. Look, I get it. We still sitting here not at 500 yet, but we looking a lot better. We looking a lot better. We one game closer to catching up with the current lead of the AFC North, the Pittsburgh Steelers. We're close. We're close. We got to tell them, hey, don't miss. When they come, they take their next swing at their next team, their next opponent. Looks like we're going to be Chargers fans tonight, folks. I know they're missing 2 offensive linemen. I know this. But you know what? We're going to hope that Herbert shows all the way up. We're going to hope that Greg Roman does a lot more for this Chargers team missing all this stuff versus what he was able to do for us. I know it's a little shade. And I was a Greg Roman supporter. I was a big fan of his. But seeing that he is making things roll for the Chargers makes me a little jelly, but, good on him. He said, yo. He said, yo, what's up? He said, I just sub. Hope that helps. Heck yeah. Hey, tell some friends, too. We just building a community here, man. We have to tell you, Monday nights we have such a good time just hanging out, talking Raven stuff, and I'll be there tomorrow night. We're gonna have some fun. Camru, me, and the whole crew. Brooke, she gonna sit here and bring her macaroni that she cooked on. She cooked, you know what I'm saying, on top of the stove. We know about it. Everybody knows about it. And Camru, he gonna come through and talk about how Tylon Wallace was amazing. We didn't really hear much from Tylon, but my boy gonna come through and talk. It's funny, but when it comes to our team, things that we can get better at, of course, is getting Bait the Rock. Let's get Bait. Let's get Bateman involved, man. Look for those opportunities to find this guy wide open. I know we're trying to cue in on Z, on Zay, on Isaiah. I'm talking about both of the Zays here. I know this, but let's look for those guys that they ain't looking for. Let's see how we can mix this offense up into something how we had it last year. Remember the Dallas Cowboy game when the run game was just on point and there was nobody doing wrong in there? We need something like that. They need to open those rushing lanes up again to where Derrick Henry can do his thing. Pedro, what's good, man? Hey, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe, smack the bell. Adit is in the building. He says Ravens win the Purple Bowl. Absolutely. The Purple Bowl is a beautiful thing. I wanted the Purple Bowl to happen a couple of years ago when we was in the AFC Championship game. And there was an opportunity for the Vikes and the Ravens to make this thing happen. I think this might have been last year, a possibility for the Purple Bowl to happen. Because, Sam Darnold was, last year, it should have been a Purple Bowl. We both had good opportunity to get there. Prince is happy. Somewhere Prince is happy. I get it. I see what you did there. You're so funny. But yeah, man, it feels good to not have to sit here and listen to all of the flock haters. And they are within the flock because there's some internal hate going on. When the Ravens win, they be quiet. They be real quiet. And then when the Ravens lose, they be talking again. They'll come back. But for right now, we are holding them at bay. We recognize we got the W. We're going to celebrate 24-hour rule. And we'll talk about it tomorrow night. And then we on. We on to the next opponent. So ain't nobody got time to sit here and completely gloat about this because it wasn't a blowout. Let's just be clear about that. Yes, the score looks like we were up by 2 possessions until just before the end. But this was not significant gameplay on the Ravens. The Vikings, like I said, were a team that could beat themselves. They totally beat themselves. When you're talking about the amount of interceptions that were thrown, when you talk about the amount of fumbles that were had, one of those interceptions, there should have been another interception because Roquan caught that ball. I mean, subjectively, I think that Roquan caught the ball. Objectively, I'm pretty sure somebody else, a non-biased authority, would come through and say it was different. But it really did look like he caught that ball. Overturning evidence, I know this, that, and the other, but I think he caught that ball. Plus, with that catch, he made up for some significant mistakes that he made throughout the game. There were 2 plays that you were like, all right, Roquan, you started to work my nerves. And he comes through with the pick, and we're like, all right, all's forgiven. It didn't end up being a pick. It ended up turning into points for the Vikings, but you could definitely tell that Roquan still got some gas in the tank. He's also got a lot of emotion, and he probably shouldn't have shoved that dude on the sideline because they probably wouldn't have called. They should have called unnecessary roughness, not pass interference, because that ball was not catchable. Let's just call it that. Adit says Ravens defense is giving up 15 points since Gilman got here, right? That is very true. So, as much as we like to give Zo crap, as much as we like to give him crap, we have got to give him his flowers. Because it's not just Gilman, it's not just the players, it is the coaching. Zach Orr has shown up once again. He has shown up and made it look like, hey, this is a defense that should ride with him as a defensive coordinator, because now he looked like he know what he's doing. And it just takes some time for him to get his wheels up underneath him. I think this is what the rhythm is with this guy. He just takes a couple weeks for him to get it together, and then he gets rolling. And you can see Kyle Hamilton doing Kyle Hamilton-like things, knocking down passes, going all over the field, being on blitzes, being back in coverage, over here covering the flux. You saw him everywhere on the field. It's a beautiful thing. And then, of course, having a fullback back was a nice thing as well. We're going back to the offensive side of the ball. I mean, having Pat Ricard really, really makes some things happen. I'm not hating on number 84 when we cut him. But he ain't no Pat. Project Pat is that dude. He is that guy. Let's see. So, I hope y'all have a wonderful Sunday, Victory Sunday here. Make sure you celebrate with your family and, enjoy the rest of the football day. Root for the Chargers because we need to still take an L so we can get one step closer to becoming the top of the North and getting that playoff spot. If you like what you see here, of course, make sure you hit the like button, hit subscribe, smack the bell so you know when it's going down. This is your Couch Rider Raven saying 2 claps, fade to black.